Alright, welcome in. I'm the Kodiak. It's time to talk about some Odunze, but before we get into it, leave a like if you approve of my red cowboy hat for the added spice. And hey, if you don't want to leave a like now, you can always wait till the end of the video and see if I've earned it. And make sure to subscribe because I'll be pumping out videos like this all off-season long, talking about NFL theory. But yeah, let's get right into it. So, Odunze is going to be an absolute star in the NFL. I have seen enough at Washington to declare him, to plant my flag on him in the fact that he's going to be awesome in the league. He has incredible traits written all over his game that will help him shine at the next level. So let's dive into his amateur career. So Odunze was a 4-star recruit, 23rd best recruit in his wide receiver class, and he actually came from a high school that is 5 minutes away from this very apartment in Las Vegas known as Bishop Gorman. Absolute football factory there. Some dudes who were on par with him just as recruits alone in his class were Jalen Hyatt, Quentin Johnston, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Marvin Mims, and Keishon Butte. I think they were all ranked higher as recruits as he is, but than him at 23. But I feel like it's a pretty safe bet that Odunze is going to be significantly better than all those guys besides maybe Jackson Smith-Njigba. So yeah, Odunze's college career got off to a very slow start at Washington, but he was obviously a decorated high school prospect. He got offers from nearly every noteworthy top 25 program, but I think off the top of my head, USC, Texas, Alabama, Tennessee, Florida, also Gatorade Player of the Year for Nevada and Max Preps Player of the Year for Nevada, former 4-star, and yeah. But Rome played in 6 games in his freshman year, racking up 6 catches for 72 yards. Nothing really to write home about at all. Granted, it was a kind of wonky year due to COVID and us not really knowing as to if we were going to get a season, but ultimately we did. But Washington was mediocre at best, and in his second year, he took a big step forward, gaining 415 yards on 41 catches while only playing in 9 games on a limited offense. I feel like part of his lack of early production is the fact that Washington never really seemed to get going under Jimmy Lake, offensively or defensively. And a lot of analytics guys out there will trust you and tell you that, or will tell you to trust the analytics and say that Odunze did not produce his first 2 years. And historically speaking, he's not a good bet to succeed. That said, sometimes we need to trust our eyes. And as I am mainly analytic focused because I believe in range of outcomes and probability rather than, just looking at film, because numbers do not lie. Neither does film. So I don't know. You got to find a balance there. But just from looking at him, just from watching him, he's a near perfect wide receiver. And let me tell you about what I see when watching him. This is about as good as a prototypical X receiver that is coming into the league at 6'3", 215 is going to get. His athleticism is absolutely incredible. Shows up on tape. He wins at every area of the field. And the reason why he's able to win is because his route running is absolutely pristine. And he knows how to use his bigger frame to win at the catch point, which he struggled with in his first few years at Washington, but really improved upon it this past year. And Odunze is an awesome separator to the point where I don't even know how to explain his route running. It's an art. He can always adjust to the difficult place. So if he goes to a place with a shaky quarterback, he can be that day one high volume target commander and security blanket. This guy might genuinely be some teams' wide receiver 2, maybe even wide receiver 1 on their big board in the class, with the emphasis that Shanahan style coaches put on their wide receivers, punishing DBs and run game support. And Daniel Jeremiah gave Odunze the exact same grade as he gave to Marvin Harrison Jr. And there's a lot of stuff out there on Twitter in the community of Odunze not being able to beat press. But based on Matt Harmon's data tracking, I'll call that mostly a myth. And we'll see very quickly whether or not he actually succeeds against press in the NFL. If he goes to the Chargers, he'll be lined up against Surtain and McDuffie 2 times a year. If he goes to the Titans, he'll be lined up against Stingley, Campbell, and Moore. So yeah, he's guaranteed to be day one battle tested, and we'll find the truth about how he's going to be against the game's very best in press coverage. But back to his college career, his explosion never truly happened until he got his quarterback Michael Penix Jr. He came to Washington. Kalen DeBoer was a part of building something truly incredible, which culminated in a Washington National Championship appearance, and he is now tasked at following Nick Saban at Alabama. And even though Michael Penix might get drafted in round 1 of the NFL draft this upcoming year, and just was a runner-up for the Heisman Trophy, DeBoer made it known multiple times throughout this year that Odunze was easily the best player on Washington. which honestly you don't even need me to tell you, especially because Odunze will likely be a higher pick in the NFL draft at a lower priority position than Penix. But yeah, anyway, absolutely ridiculous statistical years from him in 2022 and 2023. When he broke out last year, he broke out in a huge way. And over the past 2 years, he's garnered 160 catches, nearly 2,800 receiving yards, and 20 touchdowns. That is an insane run of production. Rome Odunze is going to be a beast. That all said, where do I want him to go in the NFL? So I can understand why teams love Odunze, but the sad thing is that MHJ and Neighbors are two elite prospects and are very likely to be drafted over Rome Odunze. So I think the top 5 can be penciled in as some order of Caleb, May, Daniels, MHJ, and Neighbors. But 6 through 10 is prime territory in this draft for Rome Odunze, and I hope he does not go to either New York team. This is not because I'm a fan of the NFC East or AFC East. It's because I want him to go to a legit, real offensive ecosystem that has a chance to succeed, or at least one that has the potential to succeed. I just do not want him to go to the Giants for obvious reasons. They have no quarterback. The only thing they have going for them is Dable, and even he can't fix a completely broken, team schematically and talent-wise. Yes, Rome Odunze would be easily the best wide receiver in that room right away. I know you have guys like Hyatt, you have guys like Wandale, but those guys really, really need to show more, at least consistency-wise. And I don't want him to go to the Jets just because I think it would be hilarious if Aaron Rodgers, for once again throughout his career, never got the help that, he claims to have wanted. Despite bringing all the trash cans that he was throwing to in Green Bay over with him in New York. Yeah, so I don't want him to go to any New York team. But that said, it would be awesome to see him go to Tennessee at 7. I'm not a believer in Will Levis, at least not yet. But Tennessee has a very thin group of pass catchers, and that right there looks like prime Rome Odunze territory. Chicago at 9 to pair with Caleb Williams is my dream. Caleb Williams, DJ Moore, and Rome Odunze. Beautiful. Ryan Poles masterclass. Then the NFC North turns into a war zone every year. Side note, Atlanta also has the chance to do the funniest thing ever at 8. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I think this guy is going to be a beast in the NFL. And yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.